Dudes, it's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we're going over this week in Warframe with the entire weekly reset. We're live on stream right now doing Forma bundle giveaways and the weeklies after this video is up. So make sure you come on, stop by if not already. But yeah, as far as this week in Warframe, all the stuff you can expect to be a Warframe player this week, we got the first thing dropping here, an Umbra forma up for grabs, just 150 steel essence. Additionally, we got Borrow on the way this week, and I'm really hoping he's going to be bringing another Murmur primed Bane mod for either shotguns or rifles. So yeah guys, Forma is your first thing of the week. Additionally, we are going to have, well, we actually currently have dog days going right now, and there's really not that much going on besides that this week. But, that being said, Caliban access starts the 26th. And yeah, if you want to grind it out, go ahead. There's lots of prep stuff you can do if you watch my prep guide. You'll have Caliban Prime within an hour or two once the access comes out. As far as your Dorma Zone over here, this is going to be a great place if you grinded the 8 Claws event to get weekly ribbons and other goodies like that. As far as what we got this week, we got a Shotgun Ribbon mod. Reminder, these are more rare than other types of ribbons. And also an Orokin Reactor Blueprint. I'd say probably go for the ribbon and maybe not the Orokin Reactor. If you do have all those Pathos clamps, you can also grab things like primary Archon adapters, and maybe even a daily Arcane here, like Arcane Reaper. Alright, let's go over our weekly stuff as far as Archon Shard drop locations. We got the Calendar, the Elite Temporal Archimedea, and the Elite Deep Archimedea, and Netrocells in the Archon Hunt. That's one of the reasons you'd be doing a lot of weeklies, is to get those Archon Shards to make your builds better than ever. But yeah, it also varies if your RNG will be on your side this week. So as far as the Calendar this week, we got the first drop being 2k Kuva or a singular Arcane for killing 5 enemies. Not a good start to the week, honestly. And after that, you get 100 kills with Tech Rot. You got some perks to choose from. Bottled Lightning, putting electric damage on all your weapons. Punch Card, giving punch through the primaries. Or Practice Precision, giving melee crit chance. I'd say go between Bottled Lightning and Practice Precision on that one. Okay, so nothing good on the first drop, but we got a guaranteed red shard on the first page of the Calendar. Not too bad for getting, like 600 kills or 350 kills to get a guaranteed red shard right there. Additionally, you got a affinity boost if you prefer to get that. I'd say definitely go with the red shard. It's much, much more valuable. After that, you got some containers to break, and you'll get these perks. You got Overpower, one of the best perks you could possibly get. Basically, Blind Rage as a perk on all frames. Casting ability increases ability strength, and it reduces efficiency for each energy point spent. Lasts for 5 seconds. Take this and you'll have the most ridiculous buffs you can get. So very powerful on that one. Trick Shots is also pretty decent, whereas hitting a shot has a chance to create a seeking projectile. It's not very easy to notice unless you're fighting like a damage attenuated enemy, so I'd say you'd skip this one. And also Dynamo Jump. On landing from a bullet jump, you have increased electric damage for 3 seconds. Pretty good, but also pretty unnecessary. I'd say go for Overpower for this one. After that, you got another XP booster or a Axeless Weapon Adapter, fully built. And for the final couple here, we got a secondary Archon Adapter built or a primary Archon Adapter built. And for the final tier here, you got 2k Kuva or a melee Archon Adapter. Not the best drops on that page, unfortunately. And the last buffs we got here are Bottled Lightning again. So big electric proc week if you go for the Amir buffs. Eleanor's got your back, giving Spectre damage, very good for EDAs and ETAs. And Broaden Horizons from Aoi, giving increased range after picking up an orb for 10 seconds. Alright, and as your last drop here, you got a Orokin Reactor or 6k Kuva. Up to you which one you want to grab. Alright, so moving on to the next Archon Shard location. This spot will require rank 5 with both the Kavia Syndicate and also the Hex Syndicates. This is called the Elite Temporal Archimedea. And to put it in perspective, last week, I got 2 purple Tau shards from 1 mission. So it's definitely worth your time if you do get this stuff leveled up massively. But yeah, these missions are a little bit more challenging, so let's see what we got going on this week. For the first mission, you got Defense, second mission, Legacyte Harvest, and third mission, Exterminate. As far as the defense, one of the missions that can easily fail for some players, the modifiers are as follows. Miasmite Mash enemies drop Miasmite upon death that rush flare. Entanglement's Vex modifier, allies within 4 meters of a slight enemy have reduced movement speed of parkour. And this modifier is back again for like the 3rd week in a row. Corrupted Flesh. Tech Rot enemies are infused with the Fervon and take damage over time. They explode when killed and leave behind deadly Fervon in their wake. So basically keep enemies away from the objective, or if they die on it, they'll have a DOT on the objective that can easily ruin your runs. So Defense frames will be good. Killing them before they get to the objective is very good. Careful with this one for sure. Next, Legocyte Harvest. Modifiers being growth hormones. Legocytes are more powerful with each iteration, but take longer to escape. Just basically more powerful Legocytes. Keep an eye out for those aqua blades they have. Next, heavy warfare. Enemies take 95% less damage from non-heavy weapons. Enemies will drop a heavy ammo pack and reduced heavy cooldown by 5 seconds. Now, if you have the Kuva Grattler, the Mazalon, the Kuva Ayanga, and a couple other good choices, you can use those here. I'd highly recommend the Kuva Grattler, great for AoE. But yeah, the Mazalon that you get from building a Necromech can also be very, very good too. Hopefully you have a decent build on that. And don't forget, the Protea Dispensary ability can give you Arcwing Gun ammo. So, very good. You can also use that as a helmet ability if you have access to it. And the last modifier for this mission is It's Alive. Within the underground, hostile tentacles will attack you if the player stops moving. So be very careful if you are, if you're capturing the Legocyte, if you are rezzing somebody, these tentacles can easily kill you. So unless you're playing a really tanky frame like Valkyr or something, just careful who you're rezzing. If you're rezzing, try to do it in Operator if possible. Oh, unfortunately, okay, that might not be possible this week, actually. So just try to be really safe when you're capturing or rezzing somebody. Last mission here, Exterminate. Sealed Armor is the modifier. Enemies take 95% less damage from non-weak point hits. Thankfully, Scaldra and Tech Red are very easy to headshot, in my opinion. Bolster and Belligerents, all enemies at Overguard equal to half of their maximum health. And Devil's Bargain. If you're near the enemy, your ammo drains a lot faster. For individual modifiers, you got Undersupplied, giving 75% less ammo, and max ammo on all weapons reduced by 79%, really bad there. Transference Distortion, one of the worst modifiers possible. You do not get to use your Operator or your Drifter, so rezzing in Operator is not possible if you activate this modifier. Constricted, maximum energy reduced by 75%, so as you can see, when I'm saying these missions are kind of challenging, these can make them a little bit more challenging here. So, max energy reduced, and Frame Curse Syndrome. This one's not anywhere near as bad as the other ones, that's for sure. Casting ability does 50 damage to your Warframe. Not even a big deal compared to those other ones. So, good luck on that ETA this week, guys. It's a great place to get some of the best loot in the game, like Arcane Hotshot, the most expensive Arcane in the game, too. As far as the Deep Archimedea and the Incarnons, we have actually some of the best Incarnons in the entire game available this week, too. So, we'll be covering those after we cover the other weeklies. But, yeah, guys, thankfully, we have good loot this week because there's not a ton of live service stuff going on in Warframe beyond what we just already have. So, going to the Sancta Anatomica, this will require rank 5 with this syndicate to access these elite missions, okay? And also, you get a guaranteed shard every week from one of the vendors here. If you don't want to do a challenging mission, you'll still get a guaranteed shard as long as you're rank 5. Alright, so we're going over to the Elite Deep Archimedian here. It's a similar situation as the other planet, but on a just different loot. So as far as the missions here, you got Alchemy, Mirror Defense, and Exterminate. Very similar to the previous planet. As far as the modifiers on Alchemy, the first one's called Xmas Amphors. The Alchemy grenades only drop from Xmas units, so this will make it take a little bit longer because Xmas units spawn less frequently. Next, Devil's Bargain. Just like the previous planet, if you are near a dead enemy, your ammo drains a lot faster. And Bolster Belligerents. All enemies have Overguard equal to 50% of their maximum health. So only Xmas drop the grenades, and every enemy looks like an Xmas because they have Overguard. So just basically AoE destroy everything if you can. Next, Mirror Defense. Barbed Glyphs is the first modifier. Every time you pick up a glyph, you take a little bit of damage. So careful about that. I believe it's fire damage, too. Next, Explosive Potential. Rupturing Fragments and place Shuffling Fragments. So those arm enemies that crawl along the ground, they will now explode, dealing relatively good damage. So careful about that. Keep them away from the objective. And the final one's Hostile Regeneration. Enemies will slowly regenerate their health. They should be dying pretty quickly, but that might be a little bit annoying if you have some guy with like Overguard in the corner. The last modifier, or last mission with the modifiers will be Exterminate, and just like the previous planet, we got Sealed Armor again. Enemies only take a little bit of damage unless it's a weak point hit. And you got Alluring Archonids, dog robots to pull Warframes towards them as they charge their attacks. The only modifier that actually matters here is Vampire Limitus. These slow-moving vampire ghosts will chase you down and drain energy and health over time. They're very deadly to a frame like Ivara, who is not really relying on like tankiness, just relying on invisibility. As far as your mission modifiers, individual, you have Untreatable. Pickups do not heal, and health orbs cannot be picked up. Frame Curse Syndrome, activating ability does 50 damage to you. Dull Blades, minus 50% melee combo chance. Shouldn't be too bad for the Path Assist with its built-in combo from Galvanized Reflex. And the last one, Gear Embargo. Gear cannot be used, so no elite on-calls, no energy pads, etc., etc. I'll probably end up going with Harrow this week. So as far as that, that's a great place to get your shards. Here's a guaranteed shard every week from Bird 3 and his Shiny Treasures button. We get a blue shard this week, giving things like armor or energy max. Alright, so what is those Incarnons? Because I know we got some really good Incarnons this week that if you don't have them, you definitely need these ones. So as far as the Incarnons and circuit this week, we've got the normal circuit as follows. Frames being Garuda, Baruch, and Hildren. All the Fortuna frames. I'd say that you should probably go for either probably Baruch or Hildren here. Garuda comes from Fortuna bounties, Baruch comes from rep level ups for the Vox Solaris, and Hildren comes from the Exploiter Orb. If you do pick Hildren, keep in mind you must have Lazulite Toroids from the Exploiter Orb fight to actually build Hildren, okay? As far as their helmet abilities, Blood Altar from Garuda, Lull from Baruch, puts enemies to sleep, and then Pillage from Hildren. Probably the best helmet of the bunch this week. I say go for Hildren. Keeping in mind, like I said, you do need to have those Lazulite Toroids to actually build her. Good luck on that one. That's one of the Incarnons here. Now, we have some top-tier Incarnons easily this week. That could be some of the most meta stuff. If you watch my Incarnon tier list from last week, these 3 Incarnons right here are S tier, okay? These are some of the best weapons in the game. These ones are still really good, too. And I will have an Atomos video probably this week as well. But yeah, guys, you got some of the best guns available to you, like, literally in the entire game. So let's go over what they do to help you have an educated decision here. So as far as the first Incarnon, the Torrid Incarnon, it's a toxin grenade launcher that after you get some body shots or headshots, any kind of hit will do, you charge the Incarnon form. So unlike most Incarnons, you can get the alternate form of this from just getting body shots. So get the body shots, charge up your chaining toxin beam. Because of this thing's ridiculously high toxin damage and all these other stats, it can do great hybrid viability with like multiple 100% crit chance and status chance on your build. So I say go for Survivor's Edge, giving hybrid stats. But yeah, guys, a very powerful chaining beam gun. It's used by lots of players for high-level missions. And yeah, it's definitely not overrated. Basically, a grenade launcher that can chain and just wipe out everything. You have one of the best guns in the game here easily. Speaking of the best guns in the game easily, we got the dual Toxicist Incarnon. This thing is like number 1 or number 2 in the pistol department for the entire game. So like the best secondaries possible. And why is that? Well, this thing has good range, first off, but after a headshot, to build an Incarnon form, you will be able to get to activate the Incarnon form, giving full auto fire and ricochets. Additionally, it doesn't show this here, but once you get a headshot with this weapon, it gets built-in toxin damage too. So very easy corrosive builds, very easy viral builds, etc., etc. That chaining also hits very, very hard and can wipe out an entire hallway of level 10,000s in like a fraction of a second. So very good stuff there. Commodore's Fortune gives it red crits. Red crits with certain buffs. And just good stuff in general, guys. Also this one too. Fevered Frenzy. On ability cast, built-in multi-shot, up to 100% multi-shot. That's pretty good for an Incarnon perk. Just cast abilities, you get like an extra mod, basically. And for the dual Ichor Incarnon, these are some of the best melee Incarnons in the game. What these will do is, on kill, create a Toxin Cloud, and that Toxin Cloud can scale with some of your mods. So, for example, if you make a viral build on your dual Ichor, it will become a viral cloud. And enemies walking into it will be viral proc and get damaged a lot. And it can also just... It's basically an AoE dual sword is how I explain it. I use this on Valkyr Prime over her claws because the AoE potential is that high. So yeah, I'd recommend this very, very highly to you. It has not the most powerful Incarnon perks, like just giving a bunch of status chance. But yeah, guys, really strong once you start getting the kills rolling. And it also has not that bad level 10,000 Thrax kill either. You would think a weapon like this would not hit Thrax that hard with a relatively low crit. But yeah, it just works, basically. So highly recommend this one. And it's like, honestly, number 1, number 2, or number 3, depending what mission or weapon type you want this week. Miter Incarnon, sadly, is the victim of being on the same week as the Torrid Dual Toxin Dual Ichor. This thing is a saw blade launcher that you charge up like a bow. Once you get some headshots, or more like one headshot, you'll get your entire Incarnon ammo pool, which lets you release the bouncing, homing saw blades. So yeah, this thing hits really, really hard, but the homing saw blades actually have a mind of their own. So they will sometimes go after the enemy you're not aiming at. And additionally, they also will not go for headshots as easily. So you go from primary form, just one-shotting, to secondary Incarnon form, which one shot then bounces around to other nearby enemies. Very good for Acolytes. It has a special mod called Neutralizing Justice. It lets you destroy nullifier bubbles like instantly. I like it a lot, but it's very clunky. It has not the best Incarnon ammo pool. So would recommend it, but lower tier than these other 3 for sure. And the last one here, the Atomos, probably the last choice for the week. Actually, second to last place, I'd say, is a chaining fire beam pistol. that is very, very good, actually, even without the Incarnon form. But once you get the Incarnon form, it will become a high-powered grenade launcher that can one-shot acolytes pretty easily. The only issue with this thing, if you can call it an issue, is that since it has chaining beam potential, you'll fire at one enemy, and the beam will chain to nearby enemies and kill them before you can actually get the headshot. So that makes it a little bit more awkward. It also has some ammo issues, too, I'd say, because this thing just doesn't have the best ammo pool. But good perks like Paladin Virtue giving increased base crit damage, and Elemental Balance giving, or Commodore Swords giving crit chance. You can even get more beam range from Moonrise Velocity. So now that it's all said and done, the best weapons this week are number 1, Torrid, number 2, Dual Tox. If you want to go for a melee instead of a gun, you can put Dual Ichor replacing either Torrid or Dual Tox on that list. It just basically depends what you want to get for this week. Reminder, guys, if you don't want to like wait another 2 months to get this stuff, you only get 2 Incarnons per week. You can actually buy Incarnons from Cavalero now. So let's say you want to grind out Torrid and Dual Tox. You want to get the Dual Ichor still. You can go to Cavalero and buy them for 120 plat during the week they're available. Okay, so because of that, I'd say you can go ahead and buy that one and grind out those other 2. So hopefully that was really helpful to you guys. Let's move on to the Archon Hunt and the Nightwave. Now, as far as your Archon Hunt, you got the Owl Archon here giving blue Archon shards, mission types being mobile defense, interception, and the final boss showdown. Blue shards are not the most sought after, but they're still pretty good to make green shards and purple shards. As far as your Nightwave challenges, there's likely not going to be a Nightwave new Nightwave season for like at least another month, because we're on week week 14 right now, and these Nightwaves usually go for about 20 weeks, so you still got a couple months of this one, I'd say. Challenges, though, for this week are going to be as follows. Conservationist, complete 3 different perfect animal capture the Orb Valis. Invader, complete 6 different invasion missions. Kill or capture the Eidolon Hydralist is your first Elite Weekly, and then the other Elite Weekly is Vital Arbiter, complete an arbitration mission. You could literally just do one wave and extract if you wanted to. And your permanent weeklies are kill 30 Eximus, complete 15 missions, and kill 500 generic enemies. Now, they've changed their organization here, it seems like, but let's see if we can deal with it. We got our Nightwave cred store here with the generic normal stuff at the top, and some helmets here. Seeing anything good. We got a Dante helmet, always nice to see. We got multiple Vauban helmets this week. And yeah, as far as the stuff that's not helmets, we got some Aura mods and some augment mods. So Tonkor augment mod, Penta augment mod, Banacor, Tiburon. I might end up making a Tiburon updated video using this augment, but it's not looking too great so far, so maybe keep an eye on that in the future. As far as Mastery Fighting, you got the Jaw Sword, the Heat Dagger, and the Glaive Normal. And you got the Saturn 6 leg armor, and also looks like we got Double Tap the Latron, pretty good for Demolus. Beyond that, guys, it's basically your week in Warframe. You got Caliban Prime in about 2 weeks, more like a week and a half, and Dog Days is going throughout the month, so hopefully you got all the Dog Day stuff you need. Reminder too, there is going to be double XP every weekend in August, including this upcoming weekend. And the double XP is very generous. Like, it's going from like Thursday night until like Monday morning, so you have like definitely a good amount of leeway as far as leveling stuff up. It's very, very fast level stuff during these event weekends, or these Affinity event weekend things. But yeah, guys, I'll see you next time. Appreciate your support. Make sure you stop on the live stream channel to enter those giveaways, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!